So jumping into some more league racing here today, we are here for World Online Racing on F1 24. Now this one is going to be the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. The previous episode at Abu Dhabi will be linked in the top right. As always guys, go watch it. Spoilers ahead, so this is your chance to go click off the video now and see what happened in round 6. Now for this one, it's interesting because I did this one, or this particular track, a few days before WOR for the Creator Series finale, which I also posted on my channel, link in the top right. Now in the championship, we are 16th heading into this one. We've scored points in our last 3 races. We missed Qatar, but the races we actually attended, we've scored points. So generally, we've been pretty consistent this season, and I feel like I've had good pace. Just, you know, my qualifying is really shocking. Anyway, we're going to try and hopefully put that to bed and fix that here today, guys. So let's get into it. Like, subscribe, and let's get today's episode underway. Now, this circuit is entirely dependent on this chicane, and if you get it right or if you get it wrong. Wasn't too bad. It literally can make or break the lap time, and we're going to see how we get on in qualifying as the first lap time references start to flood in now. Oh, mamma mia. My PB's a 0.3, by the way. That's the best I've done. Also, I'm now actually recording these episodes on top of streaming them, so hopefully the quality is a bit better, and also I can modify certain sound parameters to make the video sound a bit better, and also cover up some talking that I don't exactly want. Anyway, first lap, 19.0. Oh, Finn's binned it on the straight. To be fair, not really a ton of mistakes besides Lesmo 2, just carry a bit more speed everywhere. Now we lost Alessandro Finn, who crashed in the, I believe, Ascari chicane. We're now going to jump into our second attempt with 10 minutes to go on the clock. Starting off with the first chicane, the Radiante Retterfiglio. Bit of a rear lock on the way in, but we keep the car
okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
under control. Now through turn 3 we go. That's a bit better. A bit more like it. A tenth and a half up. Looking to try and hopefully improve. Sector 1, not too shabby. Now then, into the chicane we go. Oh, back end. I just snagged that left curb at turn 4, and it just made us lose the rear. So we lose time on the exit. Also, through Lesmo 1, picking up a lot of understeer there. So we lose even more time as we get loose. Scruffy lap again. Come on, let's try and find some time on Ascari. Let's see, full send. 6th gear. Yep, into the chicane. Beautiful, right on the track limits, and that is really nice. That's pretty decent. So we find the 10th and a half through Ascari. Now into Parabolica, 1 corner to go, brake at the 50 and turn in. A little bit of understeer wash as we pull the car down for a short run to the line on the right side. Okay, not what, a 7? Okay, I'll take that, that's not too bad. That's not too bad, gets me somewhere. So with that lap done, we're still 19th, and Alessandro is DNF, so right now we need to try and hopefully find something more. Oof. 0.0. So, Chanakinji into the 0.0s now, so serious pace. My PB was a 0.3 in practice, so I know I can do, you know, reasonably good pace here. Not as good. Definitely not as good. But we did completely mess up the first chicane, so I want to see how much time there is in these next 3 corners. Starting out with a chicane. Still not great, but I took a chance and it kind of worked. We hit the bump at the second apex at turn 5 a bit weirdly, lost a bit of time. Lesmo 1, we recover that lost time, and Lesmo 2 also finding. There's still so much time in this lap. Let's just try and get this one on the board if possible. So we're going to try and finish this lap. We are a bit tight for time, and you know, whether we're going to make it or not to get another lap in. We do lose the back end a little bit midway through Ascari, so no real gain, even though we did find a little bit on the entry. But it still feels like there's another 2/10 in this lap, you know, between the time lost in sector 1 and the chicane, and the Lesmos weren't fully optimized. There's definitely another 2/10 on top of this lap. So making our way up to the line, we're now going to set a 118.6, which is still, you know, 3/10 off my personal best, 2.5 off my personal best. So yeah, I'm going to try and get back. And unfortunately, I was not able to. I got back to the garage, ran out of time, so that was my qualifying over. So yeah, no change to position, 19th place, really disappointing, and I'm just really struggling with the single lap pace. I actually qualified quite a bit for this one. Admittedly, I did race practice for a change, as race practice, race trim is really important around here. Either way, it definitely wasn't optimal, and we tried, but yeah, I'm gutted because there was so much more time with a cleaner, better, more consistent lap, and I really think a mid to high 3 was possible. Still would have been great, but you know, could have got us a bit closer up to the sharp end and had a better start to the race. Either way, qualifying done. Let's get into the main event and let's see how that goes. Main event, here we go. Race at Monza. Here we go. Lights on as we get ready, and we are underway on the hard compound tyres, looking for the long one-stopper today. Long race. I've done some race pace practice, so hopefully it works and pays off. Just got to keep Alessandro behind. Going 3 wide, just not ideal when I'm on the worst possible line. I want to try and go long. It worked out pretty well for me last time I raced here in WR, going very long. I think I went the longest, and then I just fought back at the end on the tyres. So I want to try that again today. Oh dear. Flores. I'm confident in the setup. I think we've got a good wing level, so I think we've got a good car. So let's see if I'm right or wrong. So a bit of a sketchy and cautious race start, but generally our front wing's in one piece, and that's all I can really ask for, as we are down to 20th and last place. Oh, someone's had a moment. Track limits are going to be key around here, really key. And that is something we are going to have to watch out for. Anyway, behind Alessandro Finn right now is Flores, and looks like Daniel Gottschalk there battling up the road. Daniel, of course, very present in that previous episode, battling with us quite heavily, and also Antoine in Abu Dhabi. We're going to burn.
Okay, DRS is now available.
We're going to burn battery here to try and close in and make a move as we head to the outside down towards turn 1. We can't brake too late, otherwise we might risk hitting the cars in front, but we get the advantage, but we just get stranded on the curb on the inside. Gabriel Coutinho gets caught up in an incident, so we do make up 2 places and get the drive out of turn 2. So up to 18th, and now Flores is going to be the next car ahead in the Red Bull or medium. So we are definitely running a harder compound. Oh my god, Flores. Than most, as Flores lags a bit there. No, oh, fuck's sake. Brake checking / braking early, and now he disconnects as Alessandro goes through, and then suddenly Flores disappears behind us and breaks the DRS train, so we no longer have DRS on the cars in front. All because of Flores there. Now my chat was telling me at the time that is it, that's race over, we're not going to get back in, but I was saying no, let me try. I'm confident we'll get back in. There'll be Constantina up ahead, everyone will bunch up, and they'll all lose time. So I took the reins from Alessandro and got to work. Hard tyre, still not fully there yet. Medium's definitely still the better tyre, but we're trying to push as Flores retires. Why retire? I know you're like way down the order, but you might get a safety car. Oh, it's going to be tough to get in range here. Really tough. Now, we started to make inroads. Gap down to 1.1, but we messed up the chicane a little bit, running in a bit deep. We ruined our exit as a result, but still burning all the battery and resource to try and close up to the cars ahead. Didn't make it. I need Alessandro or Gabriel to help me out. And right now, if Alessandro pulled the trigger and used everything on his battery, we would get right back in. Nowhere near close enough. But unfortunately, that wasn't to be. And he's going to wait until the pit straight. Come on, just help me, man. Now Alessandro's going to want to pass me. Now. Of course he does. Don't want to work all straight, and then as soon as Gabriel goes, you want to go. Whatever, man. Just come on. Let's try and work together here and catch back up. Come on. Now, I understand the logic of wanting to have Gabriel pull us on the mediums, as he gets a 3-second time penalty, but right at that crucial moment, Alessandro had to burn everything. Alessandro needs to stop charging, man. He's just not helping. Alessandro needs to go, man. He needs to pull. Swap. He's just constantly charging battery. Now this is really starting to hamper our race. Gabriel, who's usually a quick driver, is driving like a bit of an idiot in this one as well. and that's also not helping. So now finally Finn goes through, but it's very slow.
Are we seriously battling? Like, what's going on here? Come on.
When you're making these moves, you have to be convincing and get by right away, you know, and waste minimal time. Now, at this point, I've realised we weren't going anywhere, so I took actions into my own hands. The hard tyre's now working well, so we're going to pass Quintino and look to hopefully get Finn on the pit straight. We've still got decent battery charge, so we're going to try and push on our own.
My brother, why are you trying to save battery when we need you to push?
But that's exactly the issue. It just seems like Alessandro's not using.
I'll try again.
So we're going to go with the DRS down the pit straight.
Okay, clear.
Oh my god, I gotta work with this guy now.
So through we go. Quintino retires, and we've lost that help. So I have to work somehow with Alessandro here to try and make this work.
I swear, you better have some battery to pull, otherwise I'm gonna be pissed. Wow, that's an early stop. This is why I want to go long. This is why I want to go long. Are you gonna go, or are you not gonna go? Oh my god. I'm letting you have the racing line, my man. This has been a good lap from him.
Now you can see it really isn't optimal. However, lap 8, finally things started to look up and turn around. Alessandro was starting to get it and drive at a good pace and also deploy intelligently. And finally we were starting to work together in a really good way, to the point where I wasn't actually able to re-overtake him on this particular lap. So he was doing a really good job now of turning things around.
Right, another push lap coming up. Let's get straight back on it.
Now we're going to start swapping, trying to find lap time.
Just keep pushing, keep turning the pace. Keelan's right there. Both V-carbs can't pit at the same time, so if we can catch those hard runners, that would be nice.
So here we go, lap number 11, still ticking by, ticking over the laps, making that progress. Alessandro again goes through. Everyone's now pit, everyone ahead of us is on hard compound tyres, so just got to look at the gaps, look at the visuals, and we are slowly catching here.
He's working right now, he's finally got it figured out. But we're not super quick.
Now actually I was wrong, because we were actually running at a decent pace and closing.
Alright, Keelan 3 seconds, come on.
And that's another little incentive, so Keelan, time penalty, and we'll see if a few more happen, as it is likely that can take place around this track. You can see visually Keelan has no DRS on anybody, so he's dropping back, so we're catching him right now, and they're going to have to choose who boxes first, so one of them is going to lose out in the pit phase. So again, just working together, trying to get that gap closed up, and you know, bring another car into this three-way fight and try to all work together as a trio.
We're catching those cars ahead as well. I can see the Salvos a lot closer.
And you can see we're just slowly making that progress. Look at the mini-map.
This is really good work.
There's a pack of 3-4 cars heading into the chicane, and that's what we're aiming for.
Keelan will probably pit this lap. The minute we get within these DRS, he'll probably box.
So we're now scheduled to box on this lap. We let Alessandro go again to pull in front of us on this one.
We're catching those cars ahead. Come on, need everything now, Alessandro. Any more pens other than Keelan?
JST's got one, but you might be able to get one removed. I don't know.
So JST, another car with a penalty. My teammate Leroy is going long up ahead as well. So we're going to keep turning this, because actually our pace is really good, and this is going to really help us later on the mediums as we fight back. I did this strategy on last year's season, or on the last game, last season around racing this track, and it worked so well. We were so fast at the end, to the point where we had an insane recovery into the points. So I know it works, so we just have to try and execute as best as possible. Now, this particular lap, I passed Alessandro, or repassed him on the back straight, because we are now going to box, possibly, depending on what Leroy does. So we're going to be opposite of our teammate, and we'll decide if we stay out or box for the mediums. But we've got track position. Leroy comes in. Alessandro,
Alright, I'm on my own. This is perfect.
also bails. So Julian Klaffenbach and Joris Kroesden stay out front. They've got a huge gap. They've pulled off a blinder on strategy. They broke away from the train, and they're going to win this race. They've got a huge margin. So right now, we can't look at them. We're not racing them. We're doing our own thing. And we're now going to box lap 17 for the medium compound tyres.
Right. Klaffenbach and Kroesden are on a good strat, man. They're cooking with that. They're going to be 1-2 this race. They'll battle for the win. Right, Keelan and Alessandro is what we're looking for here. Let's see. We're going to have to work together, all of us, to catch back up.
Strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
So there goes Keelan Lott, and we have actually managed to stay ahead of Alessandro as we brake nice and late into the first chicane to try and push the pace and get on it right away and waste no time on these tyres.
They're battling ahead as well. We're going to catch. If Alessandro chooses to go here, which he isn't, we could have caught up.
Again, a rerun of earlier on. I needed him to go there to catch Keelan, but he didn't.
I needed Alessandro to go on that one. Just wait, mate. Don't go yet. Just wait. Go now on the straight.
So hopefully now, because Keelan doesn't have DRS, he should be pretty catchable. So now with the leapfrog, he should go through.
Alright, come on, let's go. Everything you've got, pal. You've got to use the battery, man. Come on. Finally.
So again, a little bit of encouragement necessary. Alessandro trying to get to grips with the tyres and, you know, how things run in this stint. But eventually he goes through and we've caught up to Keelan. So now 3 cars.
Game on now. Two packs on this one. Leading group, second group. There's points up for grabs. Let's see what we can try and do. Penalties for Keelan and JST. That was a good overcut, by the way, as there we go, we lose Schluter on hards.
Flag.
That was a good overcut. We ran a really good pace there at the end of Alessandro, brought us right back into the mix. And now we've got a race. I don't even want a safety car, because we've got the tyre advantage. I want this to go to the end now.
So lap 19, we was last, 18th out of 18. Schluter makes a mistake and retires the car, so we're last again, 17th on lap 21. But look at the pack of cars here, look at the train. We're now going to get past, or try to get past Alessandro. Also getting close to Keelan, but I don't plan on passing him. I want to try and get him after. But we're trying to make everyone burn a little bit of battery.
Might be able to get that removed.
Now we're on 2 warnings, so we are on the limit, but you can see Keelan's flashing, so he's also got damage. We go through, easy move. So that's 2 places in a lap, and there's more squabbling ahead. So plenty of points up for grabs here, and a few pens also up the road.
Oh my god. That's okay, we can pass that ghost car who was still recovering. That's fine. What's your battery, Leroy?
I'll tell you in a second. 45.
Stupid, I'm telling you.
I've got 90.
Now that's a shy way of me floating a little team order across to Leroy to let me try and have a go. I feel like I've got the best pace, obviously I've got the best tyres, so I want to use them. But at the same time, it's my teammate, so if he doesn't want me to go, I will have to pass him on track. But I'm also willing to let him try and have a go first, as JST gets out of shape, so we pass him through the first chicane exit.
There's no penalties ahead, Tom.
Yep.
So no more pens, clear track, so every position now is legit and we have to make the move count. Now Leroy looking to pass Exafox in the Ferrari here down the pit stretch as we look to try and break into the points once again, possibly a double points finish if possible.
But there's just no point.
Can I try?
You can try, but he's a fucking rocket ship.
Is he?
Yeah.
So Hexafox low on wing by the sounds of it. Leroy though does go again.
He's flashing. He's got nothing left.
And I'm giving him that information so he can commit and, you know, not back out the move, because he's got him right now. Into the chicane, he breaks late.
You got him, nice.
And gets it done. So lovely move. Also Leroy there now battling with Antoine Desaluski, or French as we call him, also in this call right now. We pass Hexafox as we get a slight tap on the rear. But both of these guys ahead, you can talk about the clan tag as well. We practice together, we race together, you know, we do everything together. So I'm being a bit more respectful of all of them.
I won't get you, don't worry, take the line.
Alright.
So that was just basically defending from Hexafox there rather than attacking Leroy.
Let's get the Alfa Romeo next time. Warning, Andre. Penalty, sorry.
Okay, cheers.
It's all good this lap. No three of them. One there back now.
I've got a full charge, I'm ready to go.
So Andre Molnar up ahead, time penalty in the kick Sauber. Antoine goes through, and that's the instruction. So we are going to send it here, and the 3 of us work together. Let's see, here we go.
This is going to be a visual.
We're going to use the old bump draft tactic on Leroy to push him through into the net lead of this train, and we'll deal with the chicane as of when we reach it. But that way Leroy jumps to the front
And now just trying to get...
Sorry, Tom, but it's Daniel.
And you get the assist. That's right, I gave Leroy the assist. Just trying to get through. There's a bit of hangover from the last race with a battle between Antoine and Daniel Gottschalk from the last episode. Go see that if you haven't seen it. But we do go through, and all three of us break into the points with a nice swift move over the last 3 corners of the track.
Oh, you shoot it, Tom. Okay, perfect.
Are we running an SRT's team order here, or...?
We'll see. Down.
Oh, Gottschalk's going for it. So, just... I've got him right behind me, so just be aware. If you have battery, I'd rather you just drive off, so I've got a bit of space to take the corners normally.
You've got 44.
It's 15.
So really, at this point, I'll be honest, I wasn't planning on passing these two. I could have gone, I had way more pace, tyres, but I wanted to respect. Antoine gave me his setup. I've been hit.
Leroy, no!
Antoine gave me the setup. Leroy's my teammate, so I'll accept, you know, taking a backseat for this one. P8 was possible, and I did think we had the pace for it. But either way, no complaints. Very good rate. I think had the train been a bit more efficient at multiple times throughout the race, I think Sprogis was also catchable in P7, but everyone had just broke away from the trains and, you know, got their own race pace, which is ultimately what you look for at Monza. If you get stuck in the train, you're going to get in trouble, and we just had a super inefficient race. But again, the reverse strat going super long worked beautifully for us, and lately I think my strategies have been on point. You know, last episode we opted to go mediums for the start and go hards at the end. We had a really long first stint. Also in Brazil, we now went super long, and it just seems to be working really good for us in all of these races. So we'll see what happens. Either way, guys, that's going to be it for this one. We look at the standings after this race. Again, we scored another little point. It's only 1 point, but still P17 for now. Larry Tolke overtakes us in the Ferrari with that finish. But generally, things ain't looking too bad. I do think we're borderline getting close to a big result, and one big result here would really spring us near the top 10. So I do think if we can just have, you know, a top 5, top 4 finish one race, that would really leapfrog us up and beyond, and, you know, where I think I deserve to be, because so far I've been pretty decent. I have missed a few races as well, so yeah, I'd say it's been a decent season so far, and I've been pretty consistent. So yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and that was another race in WOR. As always, a big shout out to the members. Check out the 2 videos on screen, and I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Until then, take care, and let's go back from me. Ciao.